Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Jalasan Tarot. My name is Kimberly, and super thrilled for you guys to be here, and super excited to get started. So let's talk about our topic today. We are getting into the details of what's been on their mind about this connection between you and them. What is going on? What is their perspective on things that are circulating the energy between you guys and in this connection? What do they want out of this connection? We're going to look at all of that. So, if that sounds like your cup of tea, then you made it to the right place. We are going to use a different tarot deck for each of the readings, and then we're going to get into the oracle to get a little bit more thorough details from what we're picking up, guys. So, the timestamps are down below if you want to hop over if you have a reading in mind. But for those of you that want to stick around for the pile selection, let's get into it. So for pile 1, we have this selenite wand. And we will be using the Oceans tarot deck for your reading today, group 1. So the Oceans and the selenite wand for group 1. For group 2, we have the amethyst crystal. And we will be using the cat tarot for your reading today, group 2. So the cat tarot and the amethyst crystal for group 2, or pile 2. And for pile 3, we have the blue apatite. I believe that's how you pronounce it. The apatite crystal. Apatite. That doesn't sound right. Apatite. Either way, it's really cool. And we will be using the Fantōme tarot for your reading today, group 3. So the Phantom Tarot with the blue apatite crystal for group 3. All right, guys, feel free to pause if you need a moment to take in the energy, see which crystal or tarot deck or energy in the piles is attracting you the most, that zap that you get from your intuition to know which group or pile is yours. So once you feel it and once you are ready, I will meet you over there, guys. Bye. Hello, and welcome to reading group 1. If you chose the selenite wand or the Oceans tarot, then let's begin. We're talking today about what's been on their mind about this connection. We're going to go in and figure out what this person is thinking about when it comes to you, what their perspective is, what their vision is of this connection. What do they want? How are they feeling about it? Anything that Spirit wants to provide for us today in regards to what's been on this person's mind, in their energy, what's been circulating. So, Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always. May we get the best messages for group 1's higher self today, Spirit. Thank you. All right, we're going to try that one more time. Okay. All right, guys, tapping into that energy and then starting to hear the birds for the first time today. So let's see what's been on their mind. So we have the Five of Treasure as our first card. Treasure is Pentacles, guys. We're also getting the Three of Coral, which is the Three of Wands. What's been going on? We got another five, a Five of Spears. In the reverse, okay. What's on their mind about this connection, Spirit? What do we need to see about this person for group one? We have Death in reverse. Interesting. All right, so this is our first major arcana, Mars energy, Scorpio. And Death is card number 13. And we got the Empress. Wow. Okay, so this is card number 3, Taurus energy. Let's see what's going on here, guys. What has been on their mind about this connection? What has been on their mind? Why the Five of Pentacles? Why is Five of Treasure here? Oh, wow. Definitely want it to be in reverse. Page of Treasure. Okay. Wow. I was like, should I let that fall on the ground? I wish I could show it to you guys, but my wand, I got my chakra wand over here, caught the card. It wanted to stay in reverse. So we're going to take it in reverse. So what is it? 3, did we get another 3? Oh my God, a 3 of Coral. And now we got the 3 of Treasure, clarifying. So a 3 clarifying a 3. Okay. There's like a dust. Something's building up dust. We got the Moon in reverse. Now, this is another major arcana, our second, I believe. No, our third, because we got the Empress as well as the Death. But the Moon, now the Moon is card number 18. Pisces energy. Okay. This is the 4 of Coral. Wow. Took me a moment to read it. But the 4 of Coral is the 4 of Wands, coming through with the Death in reverse. Okay, and we're getting the 4 of Treasure. Gosh, okay. Guys, I feel very strongly. Another page in reverse. Page of Pearls, and Pearls is Cups. And that's bottom of the deck energy. What is after that? 6 of Treasure. And then Judgment. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. I was wondering with the World. Okay. I feel like this person has, even though we got the Death here in reverse, which could feel like blocked energy with transforming if something hasn't ended or if something feels unfinished, then really there is a very difficult energy of creating something new or starting something new, fresh. However, I don't think it's a bad thing in this case because I feel as though there has still been some sort of transformation. It could be something that is brewing and this person is wanting to, this is what's been on their mind about this connection, wanting to create some sort of justice, but it does feel a little bit more in the distance. We got the 3 of Coral, which could represent this, which is the 3 of Wands, which does feel always, for me, I get that feeling of wanting, yearning, even this mermaid, leaning against a tree, looking at the castle ahead, like that feeling of wondering what's going on. The funny thing is, when I was meditating, I was getting a vision of this high castle and this blue light in the top window, shining. And I'm not sure why that vision came or if that was a vision or just something random, but that is kind of the feeling of yearning for something precious, especially with the Four of Treasure coming over here at the close of our reading. But so in other words, there is some distance. There is a little bit of that yearning, but I feel as though the forward movement is a little bit further out is what I'm getting. So this person is thinking about this connection in what they want and how they feel about you and what you're representing to them at this point. We got the Empress and the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Treasure. That is the energy of this person just finding you so precious, understanding truly what your energy is, truly who you are, and wanting to create justice. But there may be a little bit of nerves, a lack of confidence, a lack of not being able to match your energy, especially with the Empress, which feels like all four queens in one. Like you got it going on and you are in your sovereign energy. As I hear another dog barking. Aw, they're like friends, I think. There's two dogs. And they're barking back and forth. Either way, it feels like I'm getting that imagery of someone playing phone tag or like old school phones, when you were a kid, you tried, or when you were at camp or a kid, and you put styrofoam cups and like strings or something like that, and then you spoke to someone in the other room. Something about you and this person, I feel as though there is some sort of communication, but it's not in the physical 3D. There does seem to be some sort of calling or beckoning that this person is feeling when they are thinking about you. I do believe too with the Four of Treasure, how they may be reflecting and thinking about what they didn't, how they didn't treat this connection in some way. Because to start your reading, we got the Five of Treasure and it's being clarified with the Page of Treasure in reverse. The feeling that I got right away with this energy is someone not offering, even like not, it feels a little bit like abandonment, a little bit like disappointment, a little like with someone's head is down in shame in some way. Either way, it led to some sort of abandonment. And that could look a lot of different ways depending on what you and this person have experienced together. Whether it was ghosting, whether it was hot, cold energy, whether this person and you or someone abandoned this connection in some way. But it feels as though someone like withheld an offer, didn't even create a stepping stone that led toward something successful. And now there's a distance. And I feel like there is a yearning within this person that when they think about this connection and it feels like it runs a little deeper. I'm not sure if it's because we're in the deep sea with the oceans tarot, but it does feel there's depth involved. But so maybe it's because you guys haven't really experienced that sort of depth in the 3D. It feels almost veiled in some way. We got the moon in reverse and we got the Five of Spears in reverse. I think this person, what else that they are thinking about is not wanting to fight. They're not wanting to make things difficult or challenging, especially if they were the ones that created some of the mishaps or challenges or setbacks in the past or in the current energy. It really depends on where you guys are at. But I feel as though this person is looking at it from a different or trying to look at it from a different angle, but something is kept a mystery for them, but they don't want to have heavy emotions, but at the same time, they're not making any movement because of this. So I'm curious. But before we get there, because I do want to get some more on this energy over here that's in our center, but I want to talk about the Four of Coral and the death for a second, because I feel like that's a pretty interesting message. You know, we were talking about death in reverse coming through as someone that is experiencing unfinished, not wanting things to change, not wanting things to end. So that is their vision. That is something that's on their mind about this connection. And it's coming through with the Four of Coral, which represents union. Really, this card is a card of union, marriage, togetherness, a joyful celebration of, and it could be of going inward, of celebrating self, of getting aligned with self internally. It could represent both. So it could be a couple of messages coming through. You know, one of the things that they're thinking about is union with this, with the Empress, with you. And this could be some sort of soul connection with the energy of the Four of Coral and the Empress, but we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. If there's clarifiers or confirmations on that, because no matter what, it is going to be some sort of soul connection, but how deep does this go? I'm hearing a whistle. I heard a whistle. It's almost as though you could hear a whisper, a whistle, something's catching your attention, but it's like the energy could feel fleeting. And the reason I say that is the way this person is kind of representing themselves is they're taxing on the energetic waves towards you. I feel like you might be picking up on that. If you are sensitive, if you are empath, if you are, if you could feel this person's energy or you're wondering about it, that could be the confirmation, because in the 3D, they're not making a move. And that is where the odd energy is coming through a little bit. So I want to see what's really going on with the moon, because the moon in reverse and the Five of Spears, like I said, does relate to the fact that this person just doesn't want to create any more waves between you and them. However, you know, we got the Six of Treasure in reverse. It could be something about a lack of equal distribution in energy, currency in some way. We got Judgment in reverse. And then we got the Wheel, don't forget. And then we got Justice upright, the World. So there could be something, and the sun is going to shine after that. Card number 19. So there could be something on its way that this person is thinking about, but with the Three of Treasure being in the reverse, that could feel as though this person hasn't really planned anything yet, or isn't in that mindset of thinking of how to move forward, which is why there isn't any energy I'm getting through with forward movement right now. So whatever is going on with this person at a standstill in a way, but again, they may not be. It's not like we're getting, you know, stuck energy or anything like that in the spread. Oh, I wanted to get the moon and the Five of Spears, but specifically the moon in reverse. Are they, what is that? 10 of Coral, 10 of Wands. Ooh. Are they suppressing something that they need to be healing? Are they lacking going inward, Spirit? Or are they trying not to make things a big deal? What are we picking up on? The moon in reverse. What do we need to see? Queen of Treasure in the reverse. Ooh. We got the King of Treasure in reverse. Guys, that could be a pairing. That could be a twin flame type of pairing. And if that's the case, then this person, they're thinking about this connection as both of you are in a disconnect for sure. And it goes both ways, but they're putting themselves in the It's more, I'm getting more of that earthly energy that's coming through with the pentacles, with the treasure, and what they hold dear, which is the Empress, is also treasure. I feel like this person is, something's going on. I'm like, it has to be. I feel like there's a strong energy of something lacking, perhaps in their finances, their professional world. They weren't able to match the Queen of Treasure. And they're viewing you as someone that has everything. Like you are the full package. Thus, you are the Empress. But specifically, I feel as though something that's making them feel mismatched when it comes to your energy and could be creating a page type of, like, because remember, we got two pages in reverse, the cups and what else? The treasure, the pentacles. Again, the pentacles. So I feel like something in this person's emperor energy, and again, we're not getting the emperor coming through because I feel like this person is a little bit more at a distance from from that frequency, from accessing that frequency. It's like they're tying it into their treasure. Okay, so that's something that maybe they are. Let's get one more. Ooh, Eight of Pearls. And for some reason, I felt that said Light of Pearls, but that's the Eight of Cups. Gosh, guys, maybe they are thinking that you, okay, this is coming through. Maybe they are thinking that you are wandering off, maybe seeing what else is out there, maybe seeing or in search of something that might be more aligned and better for you as the Empress that they can't deliver. Something about this is feeling really self-sabotage in a certain way. And this could be very well true. You could be in the energy, whether you're male, female, whether this person's male, female, it doesn't matter, guys. But you, collective, group one, you could be in the energy of really opening yourself up to other energy, not really putting yourself out there, but not really denying any energy that's coming your way. If this does run a little deeper soul level, they could be picking up on that. Or this could be one of their fears. This could be one of their entrapments of self and getting into alignment. And what do we got? Eight of Treasure at the bottom of the deck, working for something, working towards something. Again, this could mean multiple things, like putting in effort toward the Empress. Are they ready? Or is this still in their subconscious? And again, that could be the case. They're not seeing things at a different perspective yet. But I feel like they're getting to the point of awareness over it, over what you mean to them. So this has been permeating their mind. And it could feel a little bit like a wake up or a slow burn, like something that created this and now it's just, like that yearning feeling from afar, from a distance. Gosh, I hope you're doing okay, group one. But I feel as though you are probably in a lot better energy. You probably went through it though. I'm picking up on the feeling that you guys really took it hard. If there was some sort of abandonment in this connection between you and this person, I feel as though you could be on the precipice of getting through it a little bit, but you're still kind of hanging on to what's going on with this energy. Hope and law, justice, but there's hope. Yeah, I feel collective that, and there's nothing wrong with having hope, but I feel as though, this could be the sort of like reminder that this might not be the right time in this timeline, especially if this is some sort of soul connection. I feel like this is an energy, a deeper soul connection is what I mean. And it may just be some sort of karmic, it could be a lesson learned. But it could run really deep. It could really have been difficult. It could still be difficult and challenging when it comes to this person. But the birds are out again. Now I hear the birds again. They're coming and going today. I think because of the weather, but that's might be where I'm picking up your energy, collective. Like you might be coming in and out of this. Okay. So let's get into some more detail of what else has been on their mind about this connection. Because I do feel as though they value you, they see you, they know who you are, and they know what they're up against. But something created an injustice between the both of you. Someone is moving forward or trying to move forward, or that's the perspective that this person has. Or that could also be the energy of what this person was dealing with if they walked away to begin with. But let's see. We're starting with Truth Oracle Spirit. For group 1, what's the energy? What do we need to see? I see ascending. Wow. Okay. Law again. Ascending. Guys, this goes back to that spiritual soul connection of most likely you, collective, that energy of getting into your sovereign energy. We got the Empress here. And if this person truly is seeing you, how you truly are and where you are starting to access or are accessing that sovereign Empress divine energy within. And that means you've ascended. And if you've ascended, that means you've gone through it. You've gone through a dark night. You've gone through the depths. And it's not easy. Crown. Oh my gosh. And yet you're being crowned. And this is what this person might be reflecting on. Look for. Okay. And key. Bottom of the deck, apple. Snake after that. I think a lot of what's on their mind is where you are at and how maybe they've seen you've grown and you've transformed, or maybe they're truly seeing you for who you truly are for the first time, and you're coming through as someone that is truly in their sovereign energy, someone that is divine. And what I mean by that is just you are beautiful inside and out, and you're showcasing like love to the world in some beautiful, deep way that this person might be viewing you and seeing you, like bringing that abundance and joy to others, which in and of itself kind of reflects onto you. I don't know. I just feel like they see how far you are growing. And if that's what they're with the look for energy, they might be investigating. They might be keeping tabs on you. This feels like that. And if that's what they're noticing, I feel like it's almost like the feeling that every time they go to investigate or look your name up or look you up, they see you glowing up even more. It's like it keeps shocking them. So what has to happen? They need justice. They're thinking about justice, but they're not thinking about strategy yet. And they're definitely not thinking about action in this current energy. So whatever that might mean, days, weeks, it really depends on this person. But this is what we're picking up on in the time that you happen across this video, guys. And again, this is a timeless reading. We have apple and key. I do feel with wisdom is like something that's sticking out. And then we got death. And remember, we got death in reverse in our tarot with the oceans. I feel as though this person is kind of like on that cusp, on that brink of accessing some sort of, I don't know, layer frequency. Gosh, what word am I trying to use? It's like they're coding something on a device, like they are hacking into some sort of knowledge. And I feel as though it's because they've met you, it's because of what is being produced within them when they are thinking about you. And again, to go back to the energy of them, they're holding you so dear and so close, so precious, something that is, a little bit fiery, passionate, looks could be deceiving, but it's healthy. You're the one, the apple of their eye. Gosh, it's like the duality. And they could be coming to terms with that. We got the Libra energy too. I don't know, weighing the pros and cons. And as far as the cons, I feel like it goes back to, again, some sort of success in their own 3D. It's like they're looking for the key to the world, the key to their own empire. Empire. And maybe they are trying to figure that out. So maybe that's where, if they are strategizing about anything, it's creating that in their own world. But when it comes to you, it's like they're sitting in yearning, wanting, and knowing how far they need to travel in order to meet you and where you're at. And that's pretty, I feel like it's pretty and powerful, impactful. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're ascending, that they're watching, they're seeing your energy grow in this beautiful conscious way, however that might look. I don't know. But whatever it is that they're finding, right? And I feel like that's producing within them like a need to push themselves. So I feel like that's kind of where they're at. That's might be where their focus is. So when it comes to the energy of romance and moving in your direction, it's coming through as pages in reverse, which feels a little immature, a little not ready, lacking confidence. Like the butterflies are getting a hold of this person to the point of them, being immobile. Okay, so let's move on to the cosmic insights and see what else, Spirit, that's been on their mind about this connection with group one. Like, what do we need to see, Spirit? Okay. Wow. So we have date night, someone else. Let's do this. We have liar at the bottom of the deck energy with air sign after that. But again, we're picking up more on Earth, but it's more could be the energy. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, that could be more. And Libra energies coming through with justice, which could be air. Aquarius, Gemini. All right, we got moving and health. So I feel like one thing that they to circle back to what we were picking up with the moon in reverse energy, guys, is are you moving on? Are you releasing them? If they're looking at you as the Empress, how could they be the only one that views you as the Empress, right? So I feel like something that's challenging them, something that's on their mind that is coming in pretty strong is wondering if there's someone else. If you're going on dates, if you are broadcasting to the world that you are single and independent, yet maybe you are really moving on. And again, like if they have tried to move on themselves, that could be the pros and cons that I was picking up on, the Libra energy. Again, they're not moving forward. Even though they have you on their mind, right? That like they're feeling you. And I don't think I'm not picking up on them feeling anyone else. I'm not getting a third party at all in this energy right now, guys. So I feel as though if there is a third party coming through, it's they're lacking that confidence and letting it take over, maybe perhaps, if wondering if there's a third party in your energy. But I do feel like there is a distance that they are thinking about. They may be really, wanting to create that closing the gap, right? Moving forward, moving in. And it could also represent literally what they may be going through if they are, to go back to that Pentacles energy, that treasure energy, something about moving. They could be switching apartments, houses, living situations, something like that could be going on with them. Or they could be viewing you as someone that's moving further and further away, whether it's literal or just energetically. But again, I feel like this is more so how they are looking at you, what's been on their mind about this connection. And I feel like with Liar, gosh, I'm getting a couple of messages, and this is pretty interesting for this person. But, if they're trying to access Emperor energy, there is some sort of confidence and arrogance in this energy that I'm picking up on with this person. Even though they're lacking that overall confidence to move in an aligned way towards you, there is this like overlying arrogance of no one is good enough for you except them. It says, be careful of someone sneaky. It's like they want to warn you if you are kind of moving on, or if they notice that other people are, I don't know what they're finding out, guys, or what they're looking at. Maybe they're assuming, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's a feeling of them knowing that whoever it is, they're nothing compared to what it could be between you and them. But to go back or to move on, but I do want to, just cycle back to health as I hit my elbow. And then I heard a honk in the background. But something about their ego, I am picking up mental health for this person, especially if they're feeling a little resistance in their energy of transforming. It's like they have the awareness, but it's like they need a tower. They need something to create that movement. Or maybe this is meant to happen the way it's happening, right? Maybe they're meant to just figure it out and come to their own conclusions depending on what's going on in their 3D. So before we get into your final advice messages, I wanted to look at romance angels and see if there's anything romantically romance angels could give us that's been on this person's mind about this connection that we're not already picking up on. You deserve love. We have express your love. Gosh, we're getting another love. It is safe for you to love. This could be the one. And let's get bottom of the deck. Love yourself first. Separation after that. I feel like there's a duality in these messages that's coming through, guys. One way to look at this is how they feel and what they feel you deserve, what they feel you truly, as the Empress, deserve. Like you are the treasure. You are the gold treasure of, I was going to say Jack. Is that his name? In the Pirates of the Caribbean. Gosh, it is so fun to do a marathon of the Pirates of the Caribbean. If you've never done a marathon of those movies, try it. It's such a good mood. For some reason, I'm bringing up pirates and treasure, but we are in the ocean with the tarot, so that makes sense. But the feeling of where how much they value your energy, guys, and what you deserve. It's almost as though like they're self-deprecating because they're not able to match your Empress status in the physical, however that might look like. And again, to tie it into, it could be finances, security, stability, success in some way in their earthly planes. Another way we could look at this too is what they are starting to think about themselves in regard to you and this connection, that it is safe for them to love. It is safe for them to perhaps float into the territory of being more vulnerable when it comes to you. Regardless, whether they think this is how you feel or if this is what's only how they feel or what's been on their mind. But I picked up on that with the Empress, that you could be the one. I mean, there's no one better than the Empress, guys. Like when you meet your Empress, that is meeting your one, right? But, and they may have met a false Empress or a false divine, maybe they've dealt with other stuff that they're creating justice in their mental health or, their own patterns and romantic behaviors and thoughts. So they may have more stuff going on, but that they're healing or that's coming into their awareness. But like I said, I feel as though there is a little bit more of a distance, someone moving a little bit further away in this connection, whether it's the energy or you and their perspective of you. But either way, it's this person, you haven't left their field, guys. They're feeling the separation and they're yearning. And again, how that might look is only by accessing information behind the scenes. But are they growing? Are they evolving? Are they ready? And that is going to be up to them. Whenever that time is, right? And you can't force someone to move. So all you could do is focus on yourself and your ascension and what's lifting you up and what's bringing you joy and what's in alignment in your own 3D, right? And if that means moving on, then so be it. There might be someone that is matching you at that Empress energy, right? And why would you deny yourself because you're waiting for this type of energy to figure it out? So that's just messages coming through. But let's get your angel, guide, oracle, and see what else Spirit has to say. Spirit, what's our advice for group 1? Because I feel like you have come a long way. But it still might be triggering to hear messages like this, guys, so I hope you're okay. We got healing energy. I love that. We're also getting surrender. Courage and bravery. Aw. Let's get one more and then the bottom of the deck. Clear, cancel, and release. And then bottom of the deck, we have earth and ground. And that's where pentacles and earthly energy is for you. This person needs to figure their life status and life priorities out. But for you, it's like maybe just reminding yourself that grounding, going within. We're getting that energy with the angel answers to surrender and to release. So if you are getting triggered by this person, or if it's coming through, we're time sensitive, we're in, Mercury retrograde energy, right? But some of you might be handling it a different way. But I think for this collective, I feel like this might be, or whether you're blaming it on that energy or not, I feel like you might be getting pulled in a little bit. You are ascending, you are on the path. I feel like you are starting to see, but it still might be very difficult. It might be very, it could have really, really broke your ego, and impacted you, this type of energy. Especially if it's that sort of twin flame type of energy. But if it's not, or if you don't put labels on things or are not sure, because again, it could feel like just one of those lessons learned. And again, whether this person comes back or not, like you might already be moved on. However, it may go, Spirit is saying that you are stronger than you think. You are a warrior. And you might have to, set some boundaries for yourself and get into that warrior energy of clearing, releasing, surrendering, and starting to heal. And part of that could be grounding in nature. It could be nature. It could just be in presence. And we're getting that phoenix energy. And again, if you've been through it with this and you're ascending, it does, and it could feel like a phoenix rising. Like you're born from the ashes, which means something has ended. Or that's where it will be if you're not there yet. So stay strong, guys. You're going to get through it, and things are going to get better as you ascend this type of energy. I love you. Let me know if this helped or resonated, or if it gave you any insights in any way when it comes to this person or this energy. Subscribe, send a like, comment, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the purple amethyst, which is all amethyst purple, either way, or the cat tarot, then you made it to the right place, guys. And let's get started. So we're talking about this person that's currently on your mind. And we're figuring out today what's been on their mind about this connection. We're going to go in a little deeper, see what the details are surrounding the perspective of you and them. What do they want? What don't they want from this connection? We're going to look at the current thoughts and see what's surrounding that energy, guys, okay? So if you're ready, then let's get started. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always for our collective energy for our group 2. May we get the best messages for our group 2's higher self today. When it comes to this energy, Spirit, what do we need to see? Thank you so much. So what's been on their mind about this connection? Spirit, what do we need to see for group 2? This person you're thinking about, what's been on their mind? Okay, so we got the 10 of Swords coming through as our first card. Ten of Swords. Wow, what's been on their mind? We got the Ace of Swords, another swords, and this is in reverse. 10 of Swords is upright. Spirit, what's been on their mind about this connection? What do we need to see? The Hermit. Okay, so this is our first major arcana, card number 9. Mercury energy, but that Virgo energy coming in very strong. Kind of looks like a all-seeing eye, third eye type of energy on top of the bag, which makes sense for the Hermit. What's been on their mind? Okay, this is in reverse, and we have the 8 of Cups. Whoa. All right, this is falling to the ground in reverse. What is this? This is wands, 3 of wands, but let's see. All right, upright, reverse. Okay, so we will take it in reverse. So we have 3 of wands that fell on the ground there. What's going on, Spirit? What's been on their mind about this connection? Page of Cups, and that's coming in with the 10 of Swords. We got another ace also falling in reverse, the Ace of Wands, clarifying the Ace of Swords. And now we are getting the 5 of Wands. I think I have that toy. Most of us do if we have cats, right? 5 of Wands with the Hermit. Okay, I feel like we're taking it. Both are coming in reverse, though. 7 of Wands in reverse. And that's coming with the 8 of Cups. And then we're also getting Strength, which is an 8. Leo energy in reverse, coming through with the 3 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles, which is that independent energy again. All right, guys. So the first thing that I can't ignore right now is the 10 of Swords, and then we got these 2 aces in reverse here. One of the aces, the Ace of Wands, feels typically when it's upright, both of them could represent a new beginning, a fresh start. However, the Ace of Wands is more so of that creative spark that inspires someone to move forward into perhaps a new beginning, whether it's with someone or with something. It depends, but this is coming in reverse. Then we got the Ace of Swords, and that could imply a few things. Communication is what I picked up when I got the Hermit, but it's almost as though it's the lack of communication, the lack of clarity. And it's pretty difficult right now. I feel like it's challenging energy this person is keeping themselves in. Now, I am wondering about this 10 of Swords. Has there been some sort of betrayal, guys? This is a cat pouncing on a window. Again, for those of you that are my OGs, and I've had this channel for a little over a year, but my cats love the window, and they climbed the screen, and they've damaged a few screens. We're hanging in by one window, but that's the energy of pouncing on something. And again, it's coming through with the 10 of Swords. A cat wouldn't get on a screen like that unless they saw something. Maybe a bird, maybe a pigeon flew too close. Maybe there's a little flying ant outside circulating. Either way, something caught this cat by surprise and they pounced. And it's coming through with the Page of Cups. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of energy between you and this person that this person's thinking about, where did someone come in too strong? Did someone pounce? Did it feel a little bit too much, too fast? It could also feel where someone's attention was completely hyper-focused to the point of going down the rabbit hole. Even this Page of Cups, how the cat is like going into the toilet, drinking that toilet water. But the Page of Cups is the energy of, new loves, having those butterflies, being excited, crush energy. Could feel like a beginning, could feel a little immature, depends on the person, it depends on the connection. It could feel like the beginning stages of something that just didn't work out the way it should. Did someone pounce on someone else? And for whatever reason, it could have been an emotional outburst. It could have been a conversation that went south. I'm hearing ambulances and sirens in the background all of a sudden as we're talking about this. And we could get some clarifiers to see what details we could pick up to tie you in, but I think for the most of you, it's going to look a little differently. We're getting it with the 2 aces next. So I feel like something in this connection, it may have started off very fast. It may have felt where someone in this energy, it could be this person, was very eager at the jump. But something spooked them, maybe. Something created a little bit of imbalance where, and especially when you are dealing with the scaredy cat, and I'm bringing up cats just because we're doing the cat tarot, and I love cats. I have 2 cats. But when we're talking about scaredy cats, like cats that are actually scared in the moment, there's different ways that could look, but sometimes, it could be immobility, a cat hiding under a couch, fearful. Even like this Ace of Swords, where this owner is cutting nails. That could be a really problem for some cat owners, depending on the cat, right? But this cat looks calm and it looks like it's successful outcome of cutting the nails of a cat. But with this coming in reverse, it feels like conflict. It feels like some truths aren't being delivered or available or cut off. And with these 2 aces coming together, the ace that represents communication and clarity, the ace that represents forward movement and that creative spark, both of them are imbalanced. Both of them feel restricting, and it could have been the energy that was created from the get-go. It could have dissipated into something more challenging. So let's take a look at that, because we got the Hermit at the center of our reading with the 5 of Wands, and it's coming through at the bottom of the deck, another 9, because the Hermit is a 9. 9s in tarot could feel like a independent journey. It's the lone journey. It's the Hermit energy. We got the 9 of Cups, which could feel like fulfillment with someone else, but it could also be fulfillment and satisfaction and joy and abundance within, on your own, in your own external world. Either way, it could be an independent energy. The point I'm trying to make is you and this person might have distanced yourselves. With the Hermit coming through, if this is something that this person is going through, it's not a bad thing. I love the Hermit energy. I often find myself in the Hermit energy, and some of you could relate. But to go back to this connection and how this person might be maybe dealing with something, you see the Hermit, you see this cat hiding in the bag, and we see a third eye on top of the bag, like stamped, right? So it's the feeling of persecution. Is this person hiding from, I don't know, a judgment call that's being made on them? Or maybe they feel like, maybe they know there is evil eye directed toward them, whether it's you or themselves that have all these daggers pointed their way. Either way, they're hiding out. But again, to go back to the Hermit being such a beautiful energy, it is a reflective energy. It is someone trying to figure out where the light is in a dark time. And it could be very reflective. It could be very healing. And it could be very difficult. It's like going through a dark night. It could feel that way, but that doesn't necessarily mean this person's going through a dark night. And it's coming through with the 5 of Wands, which feels like contention, which feels like, I typically get competition when I look at the 5 of Wands, but this feels more like gosh, I'm imagining getting cornered. Like bullies are coming toward them. Naysayers, people that are going to bring them down, whoever or whatever that might look in their 3D. It could also just be the circumstances of this connection that's weighing on them, that's bringing them down, that's making them feel they need to hide. But like I said, the Hermit isn't ignoring. It isn't complacency. It's going through the motions to get to the other side. But right now, I feel like this person is going through a lot of conflict within, a lot of contention within, and it's making them feel a little bit frozen and a little bit difficult to face that hermit journey. Because right now I feel like there's a lot of protection that they are hiding from. And again, guys, to go back to the energy of you, we're talking about what's been on their mind about this connection. I wouldn't take any of this personal. I don't think it's specifically you that they are hiding from. I think it's the energy surrounding them in a connection, in a romantic connection, because we're getting the Eight of Cups, and this is coming through in reverse. And we're getting it with I thought it was another 8. No, this is the 7 of Wands, which is also in reverse. 7 of Wands, which it feels like that energy of putting walls up, boundaries. With it coming in reverse though, and again, we are picking up on it, but it's more so like directed toward themselves, like their walls and boundaries are up right now in their moment of silence and hermiting. So they're kind of like starting this journey to figure out their fulfillment, their independence, but they're stuck in a bag waiting for something or trying to repel negative energy. Gosh, that sounds so dramatic, but that's kind of surrounding this person right now, like that conflict, that whirlwind of energy. Like this person doesn't want to move forward in a romantic connection right now. At least they are not feeling inspired, but it could go more so than just a romantic connection. It could be things in their life. If they're feeling, could feel like a lack mindset a little bit. It could feel a little bit where the energy of this person is depleted. They're dealing with some challenging thoughts. And we're going to get into the details. We're going to unpack that in a moment, guys. But they're running out of strength. They're feeling a little weak. They're feeling a little run down. They're feeling a little bit depleted, like I said. Justice is a little bit farther away. And it could feel like they're getting bit up, from life in general. And now they're hiding out and they're trying to deal with it, but they have to allow themselves to deal with it. Because I'm feeling that they are just running out of steam, motivation. Hence, justice in reverse. So what's been on their mind about this connection, guys? I'm going to be honest. It's almost as though they're trying to empty out their mind, but there's a feeling of flight or fight type of energy within this person right now. So justice, like I said, is kind of farther out. If there is justice that needs to be created in this connection, this person is not there yet to create that justice. Because I think a lot of it is they need to create justice in their own independent energy right now. And right now they're just kind of, like I said, sheets covered, gosh, what? The image I'm getting is someone like laying in bed with the blankets over their head. Like hiding out, not trying to face the day. They may be stuck in mundane energy too. Their day-to-day, they're doing the dishes, cleaning, sleeping. They may not have a lot going on that's kickstarting these aces or kickstarting that strength. So it feels like energy of someone I feel like hiding out. But I want to get into the Ten of Swords. What is this about, Spirit, with the Page of Cups? What's been on their mind about this connection? What happened? What do we need to know with this Ten of Swords? The High Priestess. Oh my God, look at that High Priestess. Card number 2, Moon energy, Pisces energy. So another page, a page of wands in reverse. The lovers in reverse. And this, there's two cards popping out. The devil and another ace falling. I feel like there was a lack of decision making. This person may have went against their intuition when it came to this connection. They were coming through as page energy, guys. They weren't ready. And I feel as though if you and this person have some sort of deeper soul connection, this person is hiding from that energy right now. I'm just being honest. I don't think they are ready. They're barricading themselves. But like I said, if they are going through the hermit, it could take time. It could be a very long road or not. It really depends on the person. But if they're in flight mode, hiding out, it might be some time before they feel at peace in order to start that reflective hermit journey. But I feel like it's there. It's there for them. And my light just went out. I don't know if I could light it yet because it's very liquidy, the wax. So I'll wait a moment, but it's like the light went out in this person's like excitement, their happiness, their, they have no, they're not yearning, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they are missing. They're not sitting in an energy of yearning and mourning and missing. It's like they are in flight mode. So I want to be very clear that what's been on their mind is more so of running away from it. I think they are focused on the energy of what you and this person experienced at the beginning, whatever this 10 of Swords was. And I think a lot of it has to do with the energy between the both of you. If they were facing off with the High Priestess, and we got the Lovers and the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, it's almost as though it just wasn't handled right. It wasn't handled with care, this connection. There wasn't a good choice. Whatever choice was made that this person may have made led to some feeling of betrayal, rejection, almost as though like a love bombing that gone wrong. This person came in very strong and then completely pulled back. That's something that they are not ready to face about themselves, but will they get there? I believe so, if they are on the hermit journey. But like I said, I feel like this is the beginning step of them taking that, self-reflective journey, which is a beautiful journey to go through of self-development, healing, could be a spiritual journey for some. But with the 5 of Wands, there's conflict. I feel like this person is ego. It's very, very big in ego right now. But maybe because something just happened that felt like someone pounced. I could also feel for some of you, if there was an energy of, let's get one more just in case. Because I don't want to say that and then I want to make sure picking up the right energy. So let's see. Another reversal. 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Something about a choice, a decision, a false start. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, it could have felt like love bombing or a false start, like something that felt so promising, so future oriented. But even like this cat looking at these 6 cups, it's a 10 of cup energy, don't forget, but it's a little sneaky. It's a little ready to pounce, ready to make a move. And maybe that move was opposite direction. Maybe that move was out of fear, out of anxiety. Wow, guys, I hope you're doing okay with this person, with this energy. You and this person are not talking, um, which makes sense. I hope that you are gaining your strength and doing what you got to do to be in a beautiful, reflective energy because this person, they're feeling a little bit trapped in the ego. So I want to get into the oracle now. Wow, really went in. Wow. Looking at the clock, 23. All right, let's see, Spirit. With the truth oracle, what's been on their mind? What else has been on their mind about this connection? Besides them hiding right now and running away and being a little bit like of that scaredy cat energy, what else? Been on their mind? What else has been on their mind? Unfinished business. Rose. Chew. Rest. Wow, rest coming through with the Hermit. Get one more. Hold on, let's push these over. Sing. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is shadow. I do feel like this person is on the cusp, the precipice of facing their shadows. They still might be a little bit hiding from what they need to face. You know, it could be like a person that just doesn't want to see their own faults. But with the Hermit, like I said, to go back to the Hermit, which is such a beautiful energy. But I want to make sure that you understand that Hermit energy is a lone energy. It's very independent. It's hermiting. It's keeping to oneself. So I feel as though eventually I feel this person has a lot to think over. One of the things that they're focused on right now about this connection is, like I said, whatever it is that made this connection go into a disconnect. They're thinking about the decision that wasn't made, the choice they didn't make, the unfinished business. And we got the forgotten person and trash coming through after that. You know, this person could be holding themselves up, but it's not necessarily in the most healthiest way right now. But it could be very difficult too. You know, that could be why it's not. I mean, the Hermit journey is going to look different for everyone, and it could happen more than once, right? You could go through Hermit energy more than many, many times. But if this person really is looking at their shadows and reflecting on their shadows, I feel as though it might get worse for them before it gets better in their ego, in their thoughts. They really got to face it. They got to face the music. And if they are hiding, if they are running away and not allowing themselves to face what it is that they may have done wrong, what it is that they have misstepped on, what choice they didn't make, or whatever it is that happened, you know, if they offered you the rose and took the rose back, or if they misled with this page energy in some way, I feel as though this is what they're thinking about when it comes to you. Now, is this gonna eventually help them shift out of this energy? Let's hope so. They have a journey that they could continue to go down, but it's really going to be up to this person. Because I feel like if a Hermit opportunity is presented to someone, but they're trying to run away from it, they might socialize, they might, you know, make more plans than they want to, just so they don't have to sit with themselves and deal with whatever it is, to go down that reflective journey that it could be really hard when you face truths about things. So I feel as though this person, it's gonna be up to them. But let's see if we could get that info. Are they gonna go down this journey? And do you even care at this point? You know, for all we know, collective two, you know, group two, that you could be kind of moving on yourself. But I do feel like there is a heated energy between the both of you right now. And that could be why there is a little bit of a hiding energy, a delay. So let's see, cosmic insights. Like if you guys just got in a fight or just got in some sort of disagreement, like it feels very fresh. Whoa, we got narcissist, guardian. We got yes, cycles. Okay. This person could be facing their cycles, their patterns, wow, we got divorced after that. Bottom of the deck. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. At the new bottom of the deck. But this person could be dealing or facing cycles. Cycles they could have, unbeknownst to them, been dealing with for for a big part of their life, for years. They could be, you know, I think all of us, when we go down like self-development, you know, self-improvement, self-development, for some of us, a spiritual ascension, a spiritual type of journey, or both, regardless, it's growth. And a lot of that stems from realizing and waking up to your patterns, your habits, the cycles you're falling into. So for this person, if they're thinking about it, this could be very difficult to change, to break out of. It could take time. And funny enough, I had to press pause real quick because Cloud Strife, one of my Bengal boy, my cat, my boy, he was pouncing on the window screen. And I had to yell at him. But I'm giving him one more chance because he's still by the window. He knows better. But that's the thing. It's like, I feel as though there's pouncing energy. Now, that could have existed, obviously, which set off this disconnect in the first place. I do feel, you know, it's very, this term narcissist, it could be very overused. I feel like maybe all of us, you know, if I'm really being honest, I think all of us human beings have potential for having narcissistic inclinations, or, you know, some of us worse than others. And, you know, speaking, a lot of my sister, my cousin, they're psychologists. So, you know, there is a real thing as narcissist, you know, in narcissism. But when you think of narcissist, like where that comes from the Greek mythology of Narcissus was staring at himself in the reflective energy and drowned in his own reflection. It's this person is, I do agree with the energy right now, which is probably why Narcissus came through, that this person is deep in their own world. They're getting swallowed up, and maybe that's why it's scary. Maybe that's why they're trying to hide. They're really self-focused right now, but I do believe that this stems from whatever it is that you and this person dealt with. Now, divorce could be something that that perhaps that could be literal, that they've been through a divorce. You and this person it could feel that way, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship with someone or a connection with someone. It could feel like a divorce, even if you legally weren't married. I understand that energy. But again, that could be also cycles, the mindset, the thought of things not working out. It could also be ancestral cycle as well. You know, maybe this person never really had a good you know, inspiration in their life of what a beautiful couple looks like. Maybe this is stuff they're healing from, healing. Either way, something is brewing within them, but I do feel, and that is a big message with the narcissist, that ego is a big part right now. And that's something I got pretty early on in this reading because of the nature of how this person is reacting and acting right now. If someone is hiding, someone is unwilling to face what they need to face, their shadows, to face the music, if they're taking a time out, and again, that could be the energy too, that they're resting, they're chewing things over, but it's, and maybe they are wondering, again, to go back to narcissism with the card, yes, luck is on your side. I don't know. I feel like this person may have had a lot of false confidence. And maybe that is a cycle that is breaking as well. If they were driven by egotistical ways, it's always a yes. They're used to the yes, And maybe this connection is a no right now. And that's something that they need to reflect on. Or maybe, again, it goes back to the energy of this person just not, or I should say this person needing to go within, to needing to go through that hermit reflective energy that they may be just now starting, but I don't think they understand how to just allow things to unfold and allow things. It's like this person is in their mind a lot. I'm getting a lot of air energy. Okay, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But let's see. I want to see, romantically speaking, Spirit, what's also been on their mind about this connection with the romance angels. Let's keep it going, because very soon, romantic feelings. Free yourself. You deserve love. Let's get the bottom of the deck now. Make the effort. Someone needs to make the effort. They are probably reflecting themselves, but we got two aces in reverse. This person might be waiting for you. They might think that you're the one that needs to make the effort. And maybe collective, if you're listening to that and you're like, absolutely not. That's kind of where the disconnect is right now in the way you guys are vibing. I do feel like there's strong romantic feelings. I do feel like if you guys do talk and communicate, you might be in a cycle. I'm just going to be honest. This feels like a pattern that maybe you and this person have experienced. If this is the potential of breaking that cycle, breaking that pattern, cutting this cycle off, then very soon is going to be a test. Use your discernment. Is this person showing up in the same exact way? Is this over and over? It's like that runner chaser. That runner chaser cycle could feel a little bit like that. So if this is happening and it's just this person keeps coming back around, yet not really going through this hermit reflective energy, it feels like false promises. It feels like a false start. It feels like it could be love bombing. Either way, it's not feeling good right now. I could feel that for the collective. So that being said, let's get into your advice. Group 2, again, always use your discernment. This person feels like it could just have been a lesson. I'm not sure where you're at. If you're caught up in this cycle with this person and don't know how to see your way out, it could be something like that as well. And I know how hard that could be. It could be both of you caught in this. It may not just be this person. The energy of unfinished business, that could always feel that way, where whoever runs off, whenever the choice is left up in the air of choosing each other, it doesn't take long for it to come back around. I feel as though even free yourself from the merry-go-round. This person, now again, we're tapping into the energy of what's been on their mind. If if we're not only picking up your energy, group 2, this is not a bad indicator that this person might be starting to see the cycle. But again, they haven't started the journey yet. I feel like they're on the precipice, but they got to make that choice for themselves to go through the hermit journey. They can't fight it. They can't fight it off. It's not easy when you wake up to yourself, when you really take a look at your shadows. That's the most, gosh, it's hard. It's not easy. And again, that's why 85% or whatever percent of the world doesn't typically face this. So is this person gonna develop? Let's hope for them. For you, be aware of what it might look if this person is still in that same energy. It's going to be obvious if you're still trapped in that cycle. Mother, Father, God. Ooh. I'm going to put that back, but what a powerful energy. And the reason I'm putting it back is because I wasn't ready. So let's get into your advice in your final messages when it comes to this energy. Spirit, what do we need to leave group 2 with? This may have been challenging read. It depends on you, group 2. But I feel as though like sometimes you need to just wake up to what's really going on with someone, and it might not be easy. So let's see, Spirit. What is our advice, our final messages with angel guide for our group 2? What do we need to see? Forgiveness and understanding. Oh, wow. It's a good way to release. Expect miracles. Look at the gold energy. It's giving that solar plexus. That's, I would even say sacral. I mean, I do believe that there's passion involved, or that's what started this. Harmony and resolution. Wow, what a message, Spirit. Earth and ground, bottom of the deck. Okay, so number 1, ground yourself. Get into an alignment. Whatever ritual you need to do for yourself, however that might look, guys, it's very important to feel aligned with it. I think that's something to remind yourself. Now, one of the things that came up with forgiveness and understanding, harmony, resolution, is not holding on or harboring any toxic energy directed toward this person, regardless of what happened. And I know that's so difficult, but when you carry around anger, resentment, it could destroy you. It could really hurt you, collective. And I feel like Spirit is saying the best course of action for you, whether or not this is your person, is to harmonize your own energy, to get into peace, to resolve whatever it is so that you, and again, that doesn't mean to allow this person to treat you however it is they want to treat you. Knowing your boundaries, knowing what your worth is, and knowing what you'll accept and what you won't accept. And coming into peace with that. And expect miracles. I think that's a beautiful message from Spirit to say that there's blessings coming towards you, all around you. Are you going to be able to see those blessings? Expect them. They're happening. And they may feel like miracles. Again, whether it's about this person or not, guys, open yourself up to miracles in life in general. Okay? Release outcome when it comes to this person, or release outcome generally. Allow things to unfold and align yourself with movement that feels intuitive for yourself. That doesn't mean, what I mean by that is not to sit and be complacent in your life and allow things to just happen and let Spirit deliver something on your lap. That doesn't work like that, right? You still need to lead with alignment and with your intuition, connect with self, and Allow the miracles to come in. And with that, guys, I love you. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're okay. I hope that this helped you, gave you some insights of what's going on in this with this person in this energy. And let me know in the comments, send a like if you resonated, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye. Hello, and welcome to your reading group 3. If you chose the blue Appetite, Crystal, and the Fantōme Tarot, then welcome. So let's begin. What's been on their mind about this connection? What do we need to see? Spirit, what do we need to see? What's been on this person's mind about this connection with group 3? Their perspective, emotions, feelings. We're going to get it all. We're going to go a little deeper today and see what's going on. What we need to see. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always for our collective. Group 3. May we get the best messages for Group 3's higher self today. Spirit, thank you so much. Okay, Group 3. What's been on their mind about this connection? What have they been thinking about? So we have the 5 of Wands in reverse as our first card. Their mind. We got the 9 of Wands. We're getting a Page of Cups. What's been on their mind about this connection, Spirit? What do we need to see? We have a Knight of Cups. We have a Page and a Knight of Cups. Whoa. And a 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So what's going on? What's been on their mind about this connection, Spirit? What do we need to see? What's been on their mind about this? The Emperor. Wow. The Emperor is card number 4, Aries energy. Sorry, I got so transfixed by this for a moment. And it's coming through with the 5 of Wands in reverse. I like that. Oh my goodness, we got the Ace of Wands. And that's coming through with the 9 of Wands. I was hearing an ambulance and then it... Oh, there it is again. Whoa, okay, one card fell to the ground, but this is too many that fell on the surface. So where did that card go? Oh no, I think it went under my dresser. Hang on one second, guys. Oh my goodness. So I'm not sure if it was upright, reverse. There's a lot of dust under my dresser, which I'm realizing. But justice. And the funny thing is, like, my knees hurt. I had to go on my knees to grab the card. And it's coming through with Page of Cups. Okay, so I think this is interesting because it changes the trajectory of this connection with justice here. Like, did something go wrong? Either way, this person definitely wants to make it right. And it's really, let's see the rest of our cards, but getting really solid energy. All right, another card fell on the ground. Oh my goodness, 10 of Cups. But was that, it was probably, we got reversal. And let's do it. Okay, I already felt it wanted to be upright. I should have just not second guess. And again, someone could be second guessing. Could be you, collective, but we got the 10 of Cups with the Knight of Cups. Because the 9 of Pentacles, there is an energy of independence, but Two of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, and the Four of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords after that with the Eight of Cups. Death. Wow. Guys, I feel, okay, now that justice is in the circulation of this energy, this person is strongly thinking about making something right when it comes to you. You might be giving off that energy of being more aloof, more independent, and pretty straightforward. I feel as though they may view you as leaning more into your intelligence, your logic, as opposed to your emotions for them. You might be the one at a little bit of a distance, a little bit with your walls up. So if that sounds like you, then you're definitely at the right reading, because what this person is thinking about, aside from where you might be, like where they see your energy is, for them, it's, oh my goodness, it's like the strongest sense of forward movement. They just want to move forward. We got Wands right out the gate in this energy, and I was wondering where it was going to lead. Five of Wands energy in reverse feels like someone just releasing the need to compete. I feel like it's an energy that's coming through as someone that just doesn't want to fight, wants it to be peaceful, wants it to be relaxed. And we got it with the Emperor, which just reiterated what I was feeling. That this person is in their sovereign energy. At least that's how they feel right now. They know that they are the Emperor. It's like that's the frequency they've tapped into. Okay, and that's what they are coming through as, guys. Whether you agree with this or not, this is the energy that they are. They may have transcended. They may have woken up to. But one of the things that they are really figuring out in this sovereign energy, in their power, because the Emperor is, think of it as all the kings in one. Whether this person is a male or female, it doesn't matter. It's the feeling of someone knowing what they want. They could offer the world. They are stable. They are in their power in multiple ways, whether that's in the external finance, success in their business, their foundation, their stability, but it could also just represent where they are at internally and the wisdom that they have gained and what they are ready to provide for someone else. So I feel as though if this person has come into some sort of empowerment within, they want to release all the toxic energy. They want to release the fighting. They want to release the contention. Like I said, they want to get to a better place, which leads me to the Nine of Wands. Because when I saw the Nine of Wands, the energy that came through is someone not wanting to give up, knowing that the road wasn't easy. So it could be the road between you and this person, the connection you and this person have had may not have been the smoothest at one point, which is why justice is at the center of our reading here. And this person recognizes it. It's this person that you are thinking of. They are thinking of it. They are thinking of the hardships, the delays, the steps that you and this person, how far you guys have come. But like I said, has it gotten far? So it's coming through with the Ace of Wands, which just represents the feeling that this person wants to keep going, regardless of any wounded energy that may have resonated in this connection between you and them. Whether you're wounded, they're wounded, or the connection itself was wounded, this person wants a new beginning. And it's not only that they want this new beginning, but they feel this spark. They feel this sense of inspiration, of alignment in wanting to just go for the gold. And I feel like there's a lot of passion involved too when I'm looking at this Ace of Wands. That's fire energy, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And this represents to me, it could be a reunion of some kind or a beautiful brand new, what looks like a brand new start between the both of you. And so the energy that I'm getting, with these clarifiers as well is a feeling of this person wanting to grab the reins. They want to lead. Okay? So whatever it is that you and this person have gone through, this person wants to take over. They want to stabilize this energy. One of the things that they want to create justice is could be something emotionally charged. We got the Page of Cups, and it's coming through with justice. And now I'm getting an itchy palm. But does that mean something coming in? Look at the koi fish. I got distracted by the koi fish for a second. I believe they're koi fish. Hopping out of this cup. The page could be very excited energy. It could be crush energy. But I'm getting in this world with this emperor, if they're moving in a page and a knight of cups, because we also got the knight of cups, and they are thinking about future, with the 10 of cups here, they are seeing a vision of a future with you. That's on their mind. So with the page here, it could feel like maybe just taking baby steps or taking smaller steps, but also representing them, showing you that they are coming in a romantic way. They are coming in a way that is very clear of how they feel, even though they're not laying it on thick. But that's kind of the justice. It's like they want to create that peaceful frequency between the both of you, where both of you, the two koi fish, could be floating in a peaceful in a peaceful path forward. And that could for them lead to the future. The 10 of Cups is that happy ending, guys. Is that ultimate, it could feel like a marriage. It could feel, this person could be thinking 30 years into the future, 40, 50 years. Like, this is future oriented, and it's the cups. So it is family. It is union. It is peace, loving, it could be marriage. And I do believe that this person does see that, and they are moving in that direction. And I feel like they feel really good about it. Like, something in their energy, it's like I'm getting like Prince Charming energy. Like, they just want to swoop you off your feet. They want to show you truly how they would treat you. It's like, that's the justice. They want to get past the barriers at this point. Now, I do see them also thinking about how they view you and where you're at. They could be looking at you as someone that's very independent, that's very sound, that has perhaps moved on. And at one point, they are the ones that could have been a little bit blocked, a little bit hard to reach, especially with this Four of Cups in reverse here. This could have been once upon a time where this person wasn't grabbing the offer or looking at the opportunity that you may have been loud and clear with. So at this point, I do believe that they see you, that you are living a very fulfilled and abundant life. You are very balanced. They could also look at you as someone that equalizes them. That's like the yin to their yang. So, do we need to get any clarifiers? I don't think so, but let me just... I don't think so, guys. I feel like it's pretty solid energy of this person just excited to move forward and knowing that they need to make things better with you. But since we got clarifiers for the other two groups, I feel if I were to go deep on anything, I would want to pick up on justice. What happened? And I do feel as though something was withheld. Like that's the energy I'm picking up on with justice. Something emotionally was withheld, or it just didn't develop in that emotional way. But let's see if there's anything else that could tie you into this reading, or anything that could give us an indicator of what justice this person wants to bring in. Page of Pentacles. Looks like it's somewhat in reverse. Again, the feeling of withholding. Could have been withholding an offer. Seven of Swords in reverse. A confession of some sorts. This person could have been keeping something a little bit hidden. What would that be? What was that? Queen of Wands. And I don't know. I don't think this is a third party. I feel like it's more so they may not have been forthright with how they felt about you or what they wanted. They could have been seemingly playing games. Is this representing news? Whoa, the Tower falling on my lap. Okay. So this, something with you, something about you really shook them and rocked their foundation. I do believe that they may have been in denial, or they may have been pushing this away, whatever it is. And it could have really caused some hurt. It could have caused you to move on. Five of Cups. Oh my God, guys. So I do believe that they experienced a period of grief, a period of really feeling terrible about this. Whatever it is that broke down between the both of you, I do believe that they feel fully responsible. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it wasn't reciprocated. I feel like it was, this person was holding back for whatever reason. It could have been another Tower moment in their life that they could have been dealing with that they weren't being honest about. They could have lost a job. They could have lost their home. They could have broke up with someone else, dealing with a third party, a karmic situation. But let's see. I'm going to keep the Five of Cups, though, because that does feel pretty strong. But gosh, I wasn't even going to go deeper, or I wasn't going to get clarifiers, and now look at us. But I just want to see just the Tower. Queen of Swords. And that's what I noticed at the bottom of the deck earlier. So I feel like this still goes back to you guys. I'm going to be honest. You shutting it off with them, or putting your boundaries up, or putting your walls up after whatever it is that broke down. I feel as though this is what they are thinking about. This is what they want to fix. They might share some truths with you of what they've experienced. In other words, they might have some excuses, some reasoning of how they treated you, but it boils down to the fact that they still treated you the way they did. And are they going to be able to take ownership? And I feel like the answer is yes. I feel like that's why they're coming in very confidently. It's not only that they're going to have all these excuses of, why they weren't offering you King of Swords in reverse. Wow. Why they weren't communicating, why they may have been running off, may have been focused on other areas of their life. They weren't ready to offer. Yes, they might explain all that to you, but I think what you need to pay attention to, guys, are they going to take ownership of how they treated you? Because you could be going through all of that. And that doesn't mean that's how you show up towards someone that you feel some ways with. But maybe they weren't. Again, I do feel like whatever it is was their reasoning that created this injustice. This is heavily on their mind. And I have to say, guys, it is coming through with a sense of confidence and a sense of knowing what this person wants and what they see and who they think you are to them, and wanting to fix this in such a way that they are going to be honest, they are going to be forthright, they are going to be transparent. And they probably know, with the Queen of Swords coming through a couple of times now, they probably know that you're not going to take anything less, that you're going to see right through them if they aren't completely 100 with you. So I feel the energy that we're picking up on, it's like such a positive indicator that it's happening now. Like, they are understanding this. Like, this is coming in. They are ready to move forward. It's like that feeling of, like if we picked up on this energy maybe a couple of weeks ago and they were still in the stages of planning, like they're still lacking that confidence, like whatever this person has gone through, in the current energy we are picking up on, and again, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this, but it is the feeling where this person has learned. They have learned the lesson. And again, they're the emperor. If they've transformed themselves and they are in that emperor energy, they've gone through it. They recognize it. They have thought about this. But their current thoughts are more positive, or more on the energy of forward movement and future oriented. Wow, I'm getting like really passionate right now. Okay, guys, let me scale it in because we still got a few oracle. And I want to see what else. Okay, so what's been on their mind about this connection? What else could we see? Whoa, pet. Excuse me. Roll the dice. Whoa. Something about a pet. You might have pets. This person might have pets. They might think of you as they're petting their pet, or I don't know. Run away. Home. Trash. Bottom of the deck, apple. Intuition after that. This person might not be socializing too much. They could have been in a stage of really focusing inward, focusing on their self-development, their self-healing, their self-improvement. It could have been also a spiritual journey that they could have been waking up to in some way to get to that emperor energy, to reach that pinnacle. I feel as though this person it's not going to be fleeting for them. I feel like they're hanging on to this. They really do feel themselves to be the emperor. But like I said, they've gone through it. They've been thinking about the runaway. Were they the ones running away is what I'm picking up on, guys. But they could also feel as though at this point you might be the one that needed to run away from them. And they've recognized this. They know where the injustice was and still is. I do feel like it got pretty dark for them at one point. I do feel they went deep into their own worthiness, perhaps. But they could be really holding themselves up at home. With pet and home and trash, it could be where they really just don't even want. And maybe that's why they're in that Ace of Wands energy, that forward movement. We got a page, we got a knight, we got an ace. And justice, and them knowing what they want in the future, right? All of that could have been building, and that could have been what they needed to heal in their alone time. But they are ready to roll that dice. It's like they're ready to gamble. That excitement when you walk up. And again, excuse me if you do, this is not for people that actually have a true gambling issue, which I could say for myself, I could tend to get into that gambling issue. That's one of my vices, I will say. I've had to temper it. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. But But anyway, let me backtrack. The energy I was feeling is when you walk into, like, let's say Las Vegas or a casino, and you feel that energy and the sounds and you hear it, and you're just ready to just go in, and max bet. And it feels like, why not? I feel like that's what this person wants to do. They want to go all in. They want to max bet. They want to take that leap of faith. They're not ready. When I read give up, it says get away, keep away, give up. Honestly, I heard don't give up. And I don't feel like they're going to give up anytime soon. I do feel like they've come to a healthier place. For sure. Like they're embodying the apple, that energy of one apple a day keeps the doctor away. Like they figured it out, guys. I don't know who this person is and if this is a good person for you or not, but I am proud of this person just from a energetic standpoint. So let's see. Ooh, I'm shuffling it like this. All right, let me shuffle it actually a couple of times and then let's get into it. So let's move on to the cosmic insights. I'm getting so carried away with this energy just because this is the one reading for today's topic that feels a little bit more promising and action oriented, especially if this is what you are wanting or not. Maybe you haven't been focused on this and this could come to you as a surprise. Either way, what's been on their mind about this connection? What else? What do we need to see, Spirit? Ooh. Oh my God. I like pushed that one out. No. I wanted to put moving on because honestly, I feel like this is what they may think you're up to. Mercury retrograde. Wow, that could really tie you into this reading, especially those of you that feel like Mercury retrograde. I can't say it. Mercury retrograde is interfering with your circumstances or situation or energy right now because time sensitive. We are in Mercury retrograde. Thank you. Someone put it in my comments when Mercury retrograde ends, and I believe it was July 20 something, and I already forgot. 29th? I don't know. I need to finish answering my comments, guys, but I will get back to that comment and I will lock in with that Mercury retrograde date. Either way, guys, we're in the thick of it for some of you. So we got air sign and we got earth sign. Wow. Because I'm also picking up fire, which I was picking up with the tarot a lot. But Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I could see air sign coming through very strong. Again, this is it the new bottom of the deck? Or either way, guys, air sign coming through strong as far as maybe where you're at. Someone could, that could be in someone's charts as well. Either way, I feel as though this is happening soon. They don't want you to move on. They don't want this to be a no, but it doesn't matter. They want to manifest this no matter what. They are locked in with bringing justice into this connection. And whatever it takes, I feel like they're not going to let this go. They're not going to run away. Even if you say no, this might be a challenge that they're willing to go after. And honestly, I feel as though this is firing them up. So I want to see romance angels. Let's see. Let's get our romance angels energy, Spirit, when it comes to romance. What's been on this person's mind about this connection? Clearly, there's romance involved. If we're talking about future oriented, marriage. I feel like this is long-lasting energy that this person is focused on when it comes to bringing justice into this. So let's see. What else is this person currently thinking about when it comes to this connection, Spirit? Whoa, more than I was planning, but let's see what we got. We got trust. Wow, I like it. Hearing ambulances again. Pay attention to red flags. Chemistry. Oopsie, unrequited love. As the ambulance gets closer. Free yourself. And finances and career. This person has a lot on their mind. Healing family issues as well. Wow. Forgiveness and learning after that. Listen, if this person has come to an emperor energy that they are waking up to, they've dealt with a lot. And that could still be kind of circulating their thoughts when it comes to this connection. A lot of what they could have been releasing is their own patterns, their own way of thinking when it comes to romance. I think they've healed a lot. It could have been stemmed from family issues, or it could have been a long time coming, you know, things that they had to heal that has affected more than one of their relationships. But they don't want it to affect this relationship, which is why they are emerging as the emperor, guys. They do feel the chemistry with you. They do wonder, again, to go back to the energy of you paying attention to red flags. You might be the one with unrequited love. You know, like it might be one-sided at this point. They are not sure. And that could create a little bit of, or could have created a little bit of fear. But I think at this point, they're going in with trust, like wholehearted trust. And I feel as though they're not gonna allow you to pass them by without a good shakeup. It's like they're freeing themselves from whatever it is that held them back, guys. And they've probably gone through a lot. I feel as though, like, you know, we got the Tower, and that could have been a lot of what they've dealt with. The breakdowns in their family, their friendships, their life circumstances, their career, their home. A lot of things could have been replaced or transformed in their energy, in their life. So I feel as though regardless of outcome, they have that confidence. They've built that synergy within. So, gosh, they're moving in, guys. They're ready. Are you? And it sounds like you are if this person has come this far. If this is what, I don't know where you're at. So let's see what your advice is. For all we know, you could have moved on. You could be with someone else. Or you may not want this person back. I don't know. For some of you. So let's see. Let's see what the advice is, whether that's true or not. Guardian angel, yes, exclamation popping out. Are we taking this? Gosh. I feel like yes, because I'm ready. And this came when I'm already. Either way, it feels like a yes exclamation. Guardian angel, you could have some strong spirit team, a guardian angel specific, or more than one. Earth and ground. Wow, guys, this came out in all three readings today. And all three readings were different energies, but it's always sound advice to get grounded. Go within. Because if this is a solid yes exclamation, dude. Manifestation. Wow, we got manifest and manifestation. It's like you both are manifesting this. And maybe you didn't even know it. Maybe you weren't even focused on this, guys, but this is happening. Bottom of the deck energy, trust the universe. Both of you are trusting. or Spirit is asking you to trust. There is a sacred plan that's bringing you guys in. This could be a spiritual connection, a really deep spiritual connection. And there is justice being had. Could feel like a soulmate. It could feel like a union of some kind, especially if you're twins. But if that doesn't resonate, it could also just feel like a really good energy coming your way that really wants to lock in. And are you able to trust this? And I don't know, Spirit is coming in with a solid yes. And trust the universe, because no matter what, everything's working out to your benefit. The good, the bad, the ugly, it's all in good timing, right? Everything will make sense. Oh gosh. All right, guys, this is where we're going to leave it. I love you so much. Let me know if this resonated, if this helped in any way with whatever's going on with this person or not going on at this current time, because things are going to be happening and I'm just curious how you and where you are at. So let me know in the comments. Send a like if this resonated. Hopefully you've subscribed already. And if not, what are you waiting for? Hopefully I will see you again, guys. Bye.